Good afternoon, everyone. Baffin Island, as seen from these images, has been purported to be the seed point of glaciation in the Northern Hemisphere. It starts here with the glaciers increasing and then spreads. So if there were going to be massive cooling in the Northern Hemisphere, you'd start to look for signs around this area. Nunavut, summer snows. Shortest melt season in the Arctic on record. Summer snows in Clyde River. Icebreakers needing to divert to help clear routes to villages in the Hudson Bay in the middle of July. In this area of Nunavut, showing temperatures decreasing by 4 degrees Celsius over the last 3 years. Additionally, Obama's asking for more icebreakers for the area, so what's going on that they are not telling us? In the 1970s, In Search Of followed scientists on Baffin Island that claimed the seed point for glaciation in the Northern Hemisphere occurred there. It started on Baffin Island and then would spread to the rest of North America. This area on the map, so you can easily see it, it's sandwiched between Greenland and northern Canada. Satellite view for you. Take a look at the glaciers rolling down the tongues into the Davis Strait. Interestingly, during my research, Stephen Goddard put out something that looked very similar to the last glaciation in the Laurentide ice sheet with what we'd seen in the polar vortices for these last couple of years. Now, Nunavut and Nunavut having record snows in June and the first days of July this year in 2015. Nunavut, as you notice, it's in the very south end of Baffin Island. This 2015 summer has had the shortest melt season on record in the Arctic, 3 weeks shorter than average. A look at how much ice actually remained in July on Hudson Bay, which was unusually thick, that even required icebreakers to divert to be able to bring supplies into the still ice-locked villages along the coastal areas. These are from July 17th, Canadian Coast Guard needing a breakthrough. The article continues, help resupply ships navigate heavy ice in the Hudson Bay. Okay, this is what they consider heavy ice, the middle of July. Also, Obama's asking for more new icebreakers. Why? I thought we were told there'd be less ice, except the exact opposite is happening. Taking a look back at Hudson Bay exactly a year earlier from the story, notice there's also ice. This is what it looked like in August. Still a lot of ice. There should be no ice. It should have melted off. Now, if you thought that might have been anomalous, like, whoa, it's just a one-off year thing, let's take a look here at July of 2014 and 15 compared. June, it looks like the ice is increasing, and you say, oh, it's just only 2 years you're comparing. Well, let's go back and take a look at a little bit longer time frame of 11 years and see how much ice is truly up there in Hudson Bay during July. So 2004 on the top left, you'll see there was a substantial amount of ice. That's when everybody was claiming it was getting so hot and warm that there would be no more polar bears. 2010 looks to be the low. But 2012, ice is increasing, and you just saw the last slides where there's an abundance of ice. It is definitely rebounding. Also taking a look at the Arctic sea ice extent. If you only look at the last 4 years, you'll get this profile where you'll see 2015 above 2 years. But if you actually start adding years back to 2005, you'll find 2015 is the top 7th amount of ice. Nowhere near the warmest year on record. Nowhere near the least amount of ice ever. Here is your data. Please take a look. Also, if we specifically only look in Hudson Bay, you can see from Canadian Ice Service that this year's ice in the Hudson Bay is the 4th most on record overall throughout the entire season. And when we come down, the light green line is the baseline for a 30-year running average. From July forward into August, it was above average. How is that if it's supposed to be getting the warmest year ever on our planet? It should not be increasing ice. Also, Clyde River, if you don't know where that is, let's take a look on the map. It's on the northeast side of Baffin Island. It just kept snowing there all summer long. June, July, snows. Record snow they had of 30 centimeters in the last week of June, almost July. So when we take a look back into the climatic records here, 1982 was the last time they had snows like this. Hey, 1982, oh, that was the last time it got really cold on our planet when they thought there was going to be a new mini ice age starting. Average temperatures in Nunavut communities, Clyde River, it's quite a bit cooler than normal in Clyde River, especially these other locations, cooler than usual this year. And Environment Canada showing you exactly how much cooler. Look at the dark blue. That's right over Baffin Island. If you need a number with that dark blue, here you go. It dropped 4 degrees centigrade over the last 3 years. It's in a downward trend. And if we're taking a look also at temperature max deviations, we'll find that that area of Baffin Island as well as 6 to 7 degrees C below the 1971 to 2000 30-year running average, which matches up with the data previously shown with a 4-degree cooling over 3 years. Now, this has a lot to do with the Atlantic multi-decadal oscillation. If you notice, there is a pattern to it from the 1600s all the way to now. When the AMO goes cool, everything else in the Northern Hemisphere goes cool. When the Pacific decadal oscillation, the PDO, goes cool in the next La Nina, it's going to go cool because the AMO is going cool and the PDO is going cool. And oh my God, it is going to go cool on this planet. You better get ready. And as always, for my morning laugh, I take a look at the land-ocean temperature percentiles from NOAA. Take a look at the temperature map, the cold blob below Greenland. Nice. Now, I want you to take a really look. I circled in yellow over Japan, and I circled in yellow down near Indonesia. This says much warmer than average, and the area around Japan is warmer than average. And this is for all the way through August of 2015. Remember that, much warmer than average and warmer than average. Yet I pull up the daily sea surface temperature anomalies from a couple days ago. Notice the same circles in purple. Now, near Japan, it's showing a 4-degree centigrade cooler than normal average difference. Now, how is that possible with the last NOAA map, warmest year ever? Yet the new data here shows that that would have had to have dropped 8 degrees Celsius water temperatures in a matter of a month or so. That's just impossible. So this information that the previous NOAA slide puts out in their monthly is fictitious. As well, around Indonesia, tropical climate, yet it's showing 2 degrees Celsius cooler than average, yet the previous showed much warmer than average. So that's another 4 to 6 degrees Celsius water temperature drop. Top right, you see the cold blob again. Notice the cool temperatures wafting all through Baffin Island there. Now what's surprising is all these scientists saying that it's the warmest year ever in the Arctic, yet they don't even show the Arctic temperature deviation anywhere. You notice how it pretty much stops and north of Greenland and into the Arctic Circle? There's no information about that. Why not? If it's such a huge sticking point and they're trying to prove global warming through Arctic ice melt, how can they not be showing us the data on the temperatures up there to prove their point? They must be hiding something. Case in point, ice concentration, nice. You can easily see the concentration of 90% exactly at the Arctic Circle. And look down at Hudson Bay. You can see it's in the green. Now you see the concentration. Okay, that's how much ice is on the surface. Well, when we look into the thickness, that very light purple is masked into the background where you can barely even see that there is ice in the Hudson Bay. So you know what? I did some magic with my Photoshop, and this is the ice thickness. Now, with this color spectrum, you can easily see that we're pushing toward a meter of ice covering an enormous amount of the Hudson Bay in the first week of August. A meter is 3 feet thick, still remaining around in the Hudson Bay. The information's there, but it's presented so you just kind of skip over it. I wanted to draw your attention to that. If you go onto Wikipedia, you can find a full list of glaciers that are on Baffin Island. The information to find if these glaciers are receding or increasing is incredibly difficult. I spent a good part of an hour, and the only 2 slides I can give you are these 2. And these came from PDFs from previous research on the White Glacier, the Thompson Glacier, the Muller Ice Cap, the White Glacier, the Baby Glacier, and this is it. Yet the scientists try to purport that, ooh, everything's melting. Well, where is the damn data? Because I had a difficult time and I still can't find it. There should be a list daily of what's receding, what's growing. There's not. This whole global warming thing is just about receding glaciers, but you can only find incredibly limited information in the public record. That's not behind paywalls on this. You can't even find information on it. It's unbelievable. Now, there have been abrupt climate changes throughout Earth's history. This is the last 20,000 years, so you can see that climate swings do go up and down in both warmth and cooling. It has nothing to do with man-made CO2. You can easily see it is a cycle. Temperature leads carbon dioxide by 600 years, not the other way around. And for something fun to look at, this is the landmass during full glaciation. Look how much land would be exposed during that time. This is a look at Asia. Indonesia doesn't exist anymore, and look how far Australia extends up. And wow, you could probably walk across those land masses. Solar minimums come and go. They're in a cycle. I dug up something as well from a PDF going back to the Homeric minimum at 2,800 years ago, as well as the Noah-chan minimum going back 4,800 years. So you can see it's a repetitive cycle. We're just coming into another one. I wanted to leave you with these ocean buoys off of Baffin Island. Real-time images. Buoy 9. August 1st. August 4th. August 5th. August 7th. August 8th. Buoy 10. August 3rd. August 4th. August 8th. Buoy 11. August 3rd. August 7th. August 8th. Buoy 12. August 3rd. August 4th. August 5th. August 7th. August 8th. Notice how much ice is still out there. Hey, IPCC, you told me it was going to be ice-free at this time and we'd never see snow again. Have you been lying to me? You know what? I think you have. The whole global warming premise is based on melting ice and receding glaciers, yet that information seems to be the opposite of what is really occurring on the ground here, or on the sea surface itself. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you got something out of it. And remember to subscribe to my channel, Adapt 2030, and I will keep more research like this coming to you.